Wow. Oh, welcome to the broadcast. I want to be talking about common tools you need in your snail farm on a regular. Like they have to be on ground every time and every day because these are the things you use more often. Remember that this farm is a practical farm. Now, these common tools we'll be mentioning and explaining in this video are the common ones you can have in any size or standard of the farming. Whether you are a beginner, you already a professional in the industry, these simple tools, this simple equipment should be in your farm handy, reachable. Now the first one is the engine oil. Wow, right? Now engine oil is one thing you can't do without as a snail farmer because you need that to fight pests. You need that to fight insect, crawling insects and all that. Now, engine oil is one thing you need in your farm, regardless of the size of the farm that you have. Okay? Now, you also need the light, a torch light. Somebody is saying, torchlight, what's torchlight for? Now, remember that this industry, this farm, snail farming, they are nocturnal in nature, which means they are more active at night than the day. And so when you visit your farm at night, that is what you need to assess the pen, the free range, the trench, whatever you have that you're using. You need that to control and see what is actually happening at night when you are not there or when you will no longer be there. So you need a torchlight as one of the handy tools in your farm. Now you also need the marker or the pen. Yeah, the marker or a pen. Now for those that are into incubating their eggs after laying, you need that. You need to use your pen to take records. You need to use your markers to take record. There are situations where you pick a particular snail and you want to monitor that particular snail in your farm. You use the marker so that whenever you want to trace the snail and see the experiment or whatever makes you mark or want to know what is happening to that particular snail, it's easy for you to pinpoint in your farm. So you need a marker, you need a pen for records. You need access to ready water. Now I'm not talking about having a reservoir or having a tank here now. I'm talking about having water readily available inside your farm. You could have a tank, or you're using the sprayer, or you're using the hose to distribute your water as the case may be. But you need ready water, like a bowl of water, like a bucket, a drum of water inside your farm, around your farm. As in, so close that you don't need to go and on a tap or on a pumping machine or whatever to access the water. Because there are situations where you just need that water at that timing. All right. Now you also need the drinkers for your snails. The drinkers or the feeding train. Whether you're doing a free range or not, you need this tray. It might not be plastic tray, it might not be PVCs, it might just be a bedding, a board a platform where you distribute your food. Now every farm needs where to place their field in case of when this a situation where these snails need to know where they are actually feeding from. So you need a platform, a tray, a feeding gadget, water, a tray for drinking of the water. Now if you're using the free range, and then you have to always distribute your water, but don't take it out of place. If you have hidden spot where water can be stored, it's going to help you a lot. All right, now apart from this, you also you also need to have a book, like a journal, a jotter, a book where you take stock. No matter how small the farm is, you need to take record. You need to keep records. You need to know how many pieces of snail you start off with. You need to know how many are remaining. You need to know how many eggs you are picking per day. You need to know how many babies were hatched from your incubated eggs. Now if you're not incubating separately, you also need to start taking records on your babies, because now if you don't have record, you don't know how your farm growth is like. So record keeping is one very vital part of this business. Even when you're feeding your snails, you have to have a schedule how you feed them. You don't give your snails one meal over and over, day in, day out. So sometimes you need to take record. Now for those that are into nutritional meal, you sometimes have to also keep your data, so you don't repeat one particular ingredients over and over for your snail. So you alternate them, same nutritional benefit with different source of getting it. So you need records for all of that. A rake or a digger to till your soil. Now even if you're doing a free range, you're planting crops in them, so you sometimes need to till the soil. It enables the excreters mix up with the sand, the dead plant and all that mix up with the sand. It gives the snails a more freedom to dig the soil and lay their eggs as well, even to heat themselves from sun or excess rain or excess wind, as the case may be. Even if you're doing the pen settings, if you're doing the soilless, you can use your digger to scrape when you are cleaning. If you're doing the soil part of it, you also need the digger or the rake to till the soil. So these are tools that you need around and available in your farm at every time as you work in this industry. Now, I am not saying these are the best or these are the only tools handy. There are so many things you need in snail farming, talking about hand gloves and all that, but I'm just pinpointing few that you shouldn't do without. All right, if you're already a farmer, and with what you heard now, you see that okay, this and this should be also added, please drop it in the comment section below. We're glad so that other persons can also see your view and get to add to their knowledge. Now the idea of the videos we do here is to impart somebody. Find value around this video, feel free to share, feel free to tag a friend, feel free to drop a comment, tell us whatever you feel about the video, if it's valued for you, if the content is okay with you, if the content is not okay, if there's anything you want us to also upgrade, or you have a particular question that you need an answer to, feel free to drop it on the comment section below and we'll be glad to attend to that. Your question might just be the next we'll be doing a video on, because this very video you're watching now is a question from a subscriber, from a follower. Now yours can be the next, so feel free to drop your question. We pick them randomly and give answers to them. The idea is to give you value for your time. We'll see you in the next video. God bless you. Raw Vision with cares.